So now let's talk about application properties. Now, if you paid close attention to our Spring project, you will see that when we created our project with the Spring Initializer has added two directories for us. One, this Java, source main Java, where we have all of our classes and all of our configuration, and this resources folder. And in this resources folder has created this file called application properties. Now this is a way for you to externalize your configuration, so to not do changes in your code and to add here some key value properties which you can use in your specific code. Now there are a lot of inbuilt properties where we can use, like this one, but we also can add our own properties where we can reference them in our code. Now if you pay close attention here, you will see I have added this logging level Spring Framework debug. Now if I restart this application, this basically what does behind the scenes is it will log for me all of this additional information which is being displayed by Spring. Now if I change the name of my file to applications like this and restart, you will see that this property will not be added anymore, and I will have only my logged, which I have in my main method here, only my logged here, because Spring behind the scenes has tried to look for source main resources and for a file called application.properties. It didn't find and it didn't do anything. So now I'm just going to change it back to show you that this property actually is being added. And now I'm going to show you another property which is very in handy. So server.servlet.context path, and I'm just going to put API. So what this will do behind the scenes is it will go to all of my endpoints and it will add this base path /API to them. Now this endpoint, now I see here that I have my department controller where we discussed about exception handler. Now I'm just going to delete this because we are not going to use this. So now if I restart my application, you will see that my endpoints don't work anymore. You will see that it's not found. Why is that? Because now my endpoint, this one people's, is not localhost.8080/API/people. Now it's localhost.8080/API from here, and /another API from here and /peoples, because it's this one, it adds my base path to all of my requests. So I can just delete this from here and it basically will be the same behavior. Now these peoples will be, let me put here, so localhost.8080/API/peoples. So localhost is for my machine, 8080 is for my default port which is being configured by Spring, and /API is from my application properties which I'm configured here. And now you will see that it works just fine. Okay, I have all of my filters. Let me delete this, and you will see it works just fine. So this is a very nice and centralized way to configure your base application. Now let me just put this here, 8081. And now if I go here, you will see that my application is still working because I need to put server.port like this. So now I manually changed the port. So let me just put 8081. You will see that I have manually changed the port of my application. So now if I click here, you will see I no longer have a request because I'm going to localhost 8080 instead of localhost 8081. So you see here there are lots of properties which we can use, and it will globally affect our application. Now you can go on Spring and you can search, Spring Boot common application properties, and you will see here all of the properties which you can use and what they represent. Now, a lot of them maybe you won't understand this right now, but don't worry, we will use them when we will talk about the Spring, the database module, and so on. And I will show you also in another video how you can add your own application properties, your specific application properties, which you can reference them in code. But for now, it's enough to just understand that this file it's a key value property file which Spring loads whenever the application starts, and it loads all this configuration for you. Now I'm going to delete this. I'm just going to leave this /API because it's fine if you have the port 8080, but I just wanted to show you that, and it's good.